now shifting our focus to some other details coming in, and this is as far as the land for job scam is concerned. We here at CNN News 18 are now bringing you a mega exclusive. Top CBI sources are now telling CNN News 18 that there are almost 1,458 cases in land for job scam. The CBI is also in possession of a hard disk that has a list of 1,458 candidates. In this list, there is a list of candidates, those who have given their land to Lalu Yadav for job. Almost 16 cases already verified and proved correct as far as the CBI investigation is concerned. The CBI is also going to be writing to the railways to know more about these candidates. According to witness Bola Singh, these candidates already recruited by railways despite wrong data and even certificates. At some stage, we're also understanding Tejashwi Yadav could be arrested because the evidence against him also is very, very strong. My colleague Ashish Mehrishi is getting us all these details. So Ashish, two very crucial things here. One is the possession of this hard disk, which brings out a lot of evidence. And second is the trouble mounting for Tejashwi Yadav. But first, let's talk about these 1,458 cases and the possession of the hard disk. What is the evidence on that hard disk?
So what we have heard till now is that CBI has found certain evidence which shows that there are around 1,458 odd cases where, this was found during a search by the Central Bureau of Investigation. This search happened at a time, it happened last month. So at that point in time, they found a hard disk where the entire management of this scam was happening. It was found that, against each and every individual, there was money written, there was land written, and there was a job written. So it very clearly showed that, there are certain cases, in fact, almost 1,458 odd cases, which has found that, yes, there is a big scam. They have, the CBI has been able to find out around 16 odd cases. They have been able to confirm it till now. So 16 odd cases have been confirmed till now. And rest, the CBI is trying to investigate. They have already written a letter to the Railway Ministry to find out other cases as well, which will bring them more results, which will bring more results on, bringing out the bigger magnitude of the scam.
Okay. Ashish, now let's talk about as far as trouble for Tejashwi Yadav is concerned. Yesterday also, there was a mall in Gurugram which was under the scan as far as the agency is concerned. What you're also picking up by the means of sources is that there is now a real possibility that an arrest could happen for Tejashwi Yadav as well?
So what is the scam? The scam basically is that there is money which started from job for land scam, which essentially means that you gave money in lieu of a job. You gave your land in lieu of a job, and that land basically, if you see, there are certain bites of Tej Pratap, the brother of Tejashwi Yadav. It very clearly indicates that, there are basically, there are certain, he basically wanted to build a big mall in Patna, but then he has basically, if you see there are certain articles which very clearly spell out the beans, and it says that Tej Pratap had said that Sanjay Yadav along with Tejashwi are basically building a mall. They are basically building a mall in Gurugram. So here, the evidence that the CBI has been able to collect is that the money that was collected in job for land scam, that money came through Benami names. It landed into the hands. It basically landed into the hands of certain builders in Gurgaon, and then through certain investments, the mall actually is owned by Tejashwi Yadav and Sanjay Yadav. That is what the CBI is claiming. So here, yes, they have to prove that these transactions are basically Benami, ultimately. And, the ultimate target of the CBI is to prove that the corruption money, which is basically the job for land scam, has actually landed into the mall.
Well, of course, this will have big political ramifications as well, Ashish. But I quickly want to understand what is going to be the process as far as the CBI is concerned to write to the railways to get more information as far as the recruitment of these candidates is concerned. Ashish, can you hear me?
Can you come again with the question, please?
Ashish, I was just essentially trying to... I was just essentially trying to understand what is going to be the process as far as the CBI is concerned to write to the railways to know more about these candidates?
So that is what the letter basically the letter has already gone to Railway Ministry saying that they want to identify other candidates as well who basically were not deserving candidates. Their certificates are fake, their data is fake, and then they have finally been recruited in the railways. So they want to identify more cases. They've already been able to identify 16 odd cases where they have been able to prove that this person basically gave land to the Yadav family. Against that land, they basically got a job in railways, and finally with that money, with that job, they are basically working in the railways. So I want to identify more people, because the hard disk that came into their hands last month during the searches, they have been able to find out 1,458 candidates who would have got a job in railways in lieu of land that has been given. So the size or the magnitude of the scam will certainly get bigger.
True. Ashish, taking on from what you are saying, essentially breaking it down for our viewers, the entire scam is about giving undeserving people jobs in lieu of land. Yesterday we saw as many as 25 locations that were raided. What are sources now telling you? Could we see the ambit of these raids also increase? But Ashish, I apologize.